Hey guys, today I wanted to talk about what to do if you feel like you're on this amazing health journey, you're making all these great changes, you're changing your life, and then you screw up. We're all humans, we all make mistakes, and whenever we're changing our lives, whenever we're on a journey, whenever we're doing anything new, of course we're gonna make mistakes, we're gonna fuck up. But the thing is, it's so much more important to start and to be on that journey and to be open to making mistakes, because that is the only place that you can be to actually see any lasting change. But there are some things that you can do to make the idea of failure seem a little bit more palatable. And there's one thing to tell yourself, like, oh, I'm human, like, I'm gonna make mistakes, we all make mistakes, but to not believe it. But basically you just need to get into a mindset where you're comfortable with the idea of failure. And one of the ways to do that is just to fail a lot. And there are many, many quotes about this, but basically whatever we do a lot of, we get more comfortable doing. So if we're constantly putting ourselves in positions and taking risks and doing new things, we're going to screw up a lot, but we're also going to see that each time we do, we just can heal from it and can learn and can change. And that each, mistake or mess up isn't this like horrible blunder that's going to change your life. And, it's just like a little stumble. And, you need to do that through experience. It's different reading about something or in theory knowing that, okay, if I slip up, it's just a little blunder. Whereas like when you actually experience it and then you experience recovering from or even getting better from, things that you thought of as mistakes, then you know that it gets easier, basically. And another thing that you can do is to just be really kind to yourself, Be really full of self-love and compassion and treat yourself like you would treat a child, a child almost. And that basically means, if you saw somebody stumble and fall and they were a child, you wouldn't yell at them and you wouldn't say, wow, you're like so bad at this. You'd, pick them up and be like, it's okay, you're still learning. And that's the same thing if you're making any sort of lifestyle change. We're all on these journeys and we're all still learning. And, whatever it is, if you're learning how to eat better, if you're learning how to eat healthier, if you're trying to wake up earlier, if you're trying to exercise, there will be weeks, days, whatever, where we mess up, we overeat, we sleep in, don't exercise for a week. And if you go through an experience like that and you tell yourself like, wow, you're so stupid, or like, wow, I'm so stupid, I'm never gonna learn, like this always happens, then that kind of negative mantra like repeats itself in your head, like, and subconsciously, you keep thinking that, and then it becomes scary to try anything new because there's this, fear of, oh my gosh, I'm gonna fail again. Whereas if every time you mess up, you think, okay, well, what can I learn from this? And oftentimes there are lots of things, or what can I be thankful for about this? And, sometimes it's as simple as, like if you're exercising a lot, like maybe you burnt yourself out over exercising, or if you have an overeating episode or a binge or something, like you have chocolate bars and you eat them all in one sitting or something like that. Maybe you weren't eating enough for the week or weeks or days leading up to that episode. So just try to take everything as a learning experience. One thing that I do is I try to say thank you to everything. And that might sound silly. I read the book The Power of Habit, and there are a lot of different anecdotes and a lot of different stories in it, but one of the stories was about this person who said thank you about everything. And when I started doing it, it sort of seemed kind of fake, but I kind of used it and had fun with it. And for instance, I was doing the summer thing and we had to walk up this hill every day. in order to get to where we had dinner, and it was this tough hill. And in the past I probably would have said, "Ugh, this is so annoying, like I wish we could just drive up the hill or something." But instead, every time I would walk up this hill, I would be like, "Thank you, hill, you're making my legs stronger, you're making my butt a little bit nicer." And it's kind of silly, but it's just a way to, not in a fake way, but add a real positive spin to any situation. And, of course, there are really heavy situations where it's hard to be thankful for certain things, but for most things in life, like, I don't know, say you don't sleep for an entire week and then you get sick. You can actually say, "Thank you to my body for teaching me that I have to slow down." Or say you overate, you can say, "Thank you for teaching me that I wasn't eating enough." There are just so many ways, and it actually, it is transformative. So my main tips are: be really gentle with yourself, have self-love, have compassion for yourself, say thank you for everything. I know it sounds crazy, but just try it. And make mistakes. Be open to making mistakes. Be open to putting yourself out there and trying new things, and it will get better, it will get easier. I hope this helps somewhat. If you have any questions, concerns, whatever, leave them in the comments down below, and I'll see you in my next video.